For most of human history, we were not alone. This will completely change how you picture the ancient world. Another kind of human walked the earth alongside us. In fact, there may have been several kinds of human at once. We just happened to be the only ones left. They were strong, smart, and remarkably like us. They laughed, grieved, and dreamed just as we do. If one wore modern clothes, you might not look twice. They were the Neanderthals, a people with their own lives, families, and stories. Named after the valley in Germany where they were first found, our closest cousins in the whole human family. We shared a common ancestor long ago. For over 200,000 years, they ruled the cold north. That is far, far longer than our own history so far. And then they vanished. An entire kind of human gone from the face of the earth. For a while, we were the last humans standing, and we forgot the rest. What happened to them? Where did they go? The answer is one of the greatest mysteries of our past. For a long time, we got their story completely wrong, and the truth is far stranger than they simply died out. It's a story of survival, love, and a secret hidden in your own body. By the end, you'll see them very differently.
First, forget the dumb caveman stereotype. Neanderthals were not stupid brutes. They had brains as big as ours, sometimes bigger. Intelligence was never the thing they lacked. They made tools, controlled fire, and hunted huge animals. They cared for their sick and buried their dead. They knew love, loss, and the pain of goodbye. This is not the behavior of a mindless brute. They laid their loved ones to rest with care and meaning. An injured Neanderthal could survive years, cared for by others. That is not brutish. That is deeply human. They may have made art and worn decorations, feathers, shells, and pigment, their own kind of style. Beauty and meaning mattered to them, just like they matter to us. Deep in caves, they left marks that still survive today. They were built for the cold, stocky, powerful, and tough. They survived ice ages that would have destroyed us. A naked modern human wouldn't have lasted a single winter. Their bodies were living cold-weather machines. In many ways, they were tougher than we were. They had thrived for longer than modern humans have even existed. These were not failures. They were survivors. Then, something incredible happened. Modern humans left Africa and walked into Neanderthal lands. Warm-weather newcomers stepping into a frozen kingdom. For the first time, two kinds of human met. Imagine that first moment, looking at someone almost human, not quite you, but close enough to understand. They could read a face, share a fire, and feel a bond. Close enough to talk, to trust, and even to love. What happened next changed both of them forever. Sometimes they clashed. Sometimes they lived side by side. They didn't just fight. Sometimes they became family. Enemies at times, but neighbors and kin at others. Humans and Neanderthals had children together. Across thousands of years, this happened again and again. And that single fact changes everything. It means their story didn't end. It merged with ours.
But if they were so tough, why did they vanish? Around 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals faded away. The last of them likely lived at the very edge of Europe. There was probably no single cause. It was many things at once. The climate was swinging wildly, growing harsh and unstable. One century warm, the next a deep and brutal freeze. Their prey animals became scarce and hard to find. As the great herds thinned, so did the Neanderthals. And they lived in small, scattered groups. Small populations are fragile. One bad year could be a disaster. With so few of them, every single loss hurt deeply. A single harsh winter could wipe out a whole band. Meanwhile, modern humans arrived in larger numbers. Where a Neanderthal band had 10, a human group might have 50. They competed for the same food and the same land. As humans spread, the Neanderthals' world slowly shrank. In a shrinking world, even small disadvantages added up. Two kinds of human, needing the exact same things to live. So why did modern humans survive when Neanderthals didn't? For decades, this puzzle had scientists stumped. The answer isn't strength, it's something quieter. It wasn't because we were stronger, we weren't. The advantage was in how we connected. Modern humans lived in bigger, more connected groups, not smarter individuals, just far better connected. They traded goods and ideas across huge distances. Shells from distant seas turned up far inland. A tool invented in one place could travel hundreds of miles. A good idea in one group could spread to many others. Knowledge became a shared resource, not a private one. Their tools grew more advanced faster. Each generation improved on the last, quicker than before. Bigger networks meant more brains solving problems together. 100 connected minds beat 10 isolated ones. The Neanderthals, isolated and few, simply couldn't keep up. Not for lack of intelligence, for lack of numbers. It wasn't a war. It was a slow, quiet fading. No great battle, just fewer and fewer, year after year, until one day, the last of them was gone.
Here's the twist. The Neanderthals never fully disappeared, because when humans and Neanderthals had children, a piece of them was passed on forever, carried in the blood of their children and their children's children. Today, most people carry Neanderthal DNA. You may have inherited a Neanderthal trait without ever knowing, a quirk of your body, a gift from a vanished cousin. If your roots lie outside Africa, it's almost certainly in you, a few percent, hidden in the code of billions of us. A small but real part of you is Neanderthal, not a metaphor, a real physical piece of an ancient people. It affects your skin, your hair, even your immune system. Some of how your body fights disease came from them. They didn't just die out, they blended in. They didn't vanish from the world, they vanished into us. Extinction is the wrong word. Absorption is closer to the truth. They live on, quietly, inside billions of people. Look at your hands. A trace of them helped shape you. Their ending was not a full stop, it was a comma. A vanished people, alive in the bodies of their distant cousins. Right now, in your blood, a lost people quietly endures. Every time you look in a mirror, a little of them looks back. So the Neanderthals didn't lose, they became part of us. In losing their separate story, they gained a place in ours forever. There is no them and us, there is only us now. Their strength, their toughness, their story folded into ours. They aren't a dead end on the family tree, they're a branch that joined ours.
The other humans are gone, but a spark of them survives in you. Subscribe. We dig up one piece of the ancient human story every video.